I haven't really looked at any news articles just yet, so I really cannot say my input or anything on it, to be honest. But go ahead.
So I mean, you did get released though. So what does that mean for you, and what did you take from Eric here?
Well, he was a great guy. He was a great leader. I learned a lot from him while he was here and everything. And not being in the locker room is, I mean, I'm sad about it and everything because like I looked up to him as a veteran and everything coming up in this league. And like that's just how the business goes, and like now I'm just ready to take up my opportunity and take advantage of that, and just continue to get better every week, and so I could just become that guy now.
One of the reasons they say they made the move was because of your development as you made, especially in the last game. How does it feel to know that you have the organization's backing to be more of a 3-down linebacker now?
It feels great. I always had confidence in myself, and just knowing that the coaches and the staff, that everybody has confidence in me, gives me more confidence. It just allows me to play even better on the field, and like now I can just continue just to keep getting better and just learn from the coaches and just be the best player I can be. I think the reps, for my opinion, the rep counts. I mean, I do all the extra stuff. I do all the things I should do, but being actually on the field has helped me a lot. Like the last couple games, being on the field, I'm starting to learn how the game's starting to go. I'm starting to get used to the speed, starting to recognize plays before it actually comes. Like I can see myself getting better each week, even if it just becomes with the small details. I just continue just to grow, and I'm really excited about it.
Is that stuff you can't get if you're not playing? I mean, is that stuff that you need to be on the
I'm sorry,
field?
can you start over?
Yeah, are those things that you need to pick up while you're on the field you can't get from film study or meetings?
Oh yes, yes, and I think a lot of those things is like actually being in the game. I can actually do so much, like at the practice field, on the or in the facilities or everything. But when you get in them game reps, you actually hitting people, you actually playing violently and everything that you don't do at practice. And I think that has helped me grow each week, and like just actually getting that contact and actually tackling people. Actually, like now I'm actually learning to like when not to like. When to take that extra step during the tackle, when not to take the extra steps, and like now every game I'm just catching every little thing that I know I need to work on now. Like during the week, I know I need to work on it like throughout practice and throughout the whole week.
I think fans kind of forget that, you know, for someone even though you're a second-year player, your background, some of these things you don't have as much experience in them as some of your teammates, even guys of the same age. You know, is that frustrating for you, or do you feel like you're really growing by leaps and bounds here?
I don't think it's frustrating. I'm really excited about it because like I was real raw last year. This year I'm still learning each week, and I think it makes me excited because like I see how good I can become. Like I'm still learning. So there are still some things that I still haven't learned. Still some things I'm going to learn this week, next week. So like the more as I learn, the better I can become. So like I never saw it as like a bad thing that I was raw. I always saw it as an opportunity just to keep on getting better and see how good I actually can become in this league.
How about coverage-wise? I mean, I would think that'd be kind of a tougher skill to acquire to learn. I mean, how are you doing in the coverage part of the game?
Coverage-wise, I feel like I've been doing coverage all my life. When I did play in junior high, I played DB, and then when I got to Colorado, they had me in a position where I had to cover slots all the time, and I was like always out in space. So transferring that to the league, there's like better tight ends, there's better receivers, of course, but I've took the stuff I've learned from college, and I'm just starting to put it up in this game, and I don't think it's been too difficult, but now it's just all about just knowing what they might run before it comes. So just having like some different concepts in my head before the player actually run the routes really helped me a lot because now I can run the route for him. So like if I know like a certain split, I know they're probably gonna hit some type of out route. If it's just a 7 route, of just a regular out route, now I can just anticipate it before it actually comes, and that's really helped me a lot throughout this process as well.
In that regard, one of the things people highlighted was what happened with that fullback in the Raiders game. What did you take from that? What did coaches tell you about that?
Just really just keep my eye on the block because like I feel like that game I had saw that my eyes was in the wrong places. I was trying to keep it on the running back the whole time, and when he did come through the hole, I wasn't trying to pay attention to him and not strike him before I go to the ball. So last week, even though we didn't get that many like downhill runs like we did against the Raiders, I was emphasizing like when I saw a fullback in the game, in my head I'm like, I'm going to attack this guy first. I want to make sure if he did come to me, it wasn't going to be the same as the Raiders. I wasn't going to get pushed back. I was going to make sure I attack him first and then find the ball. So like now, like even coming from that game, when I do get it in the future, I'm going to make sure I like keep keep my eye on my block before I go to the ball and just make sure I defeat him first before I look somewhere else.
You mentioned like the importance of the on-field reps, but how about with the film study side of things? Do you feel like you've learned a lot about how to watch film in the last year or so?
Oh yes, yeah. Like this year alone, I've learned so much doing the extra stuff with the coaches and everything. And now I'm just finding out a little more stuff to look at, like the back, like where he's aligned at, what level he's at, like the tight end alert for slide. It's just all the little things I know to look at now that I probably didn't look at for last year or the year or in college. I'm just start looking at the little things and maybe just one tell so I can be that one extra step before the play actually happens, so I can be a little bit faster.
Speaking of film study, what have you seen so far from this Chargers offense, and when it comes to like Austin Eckler and Justin Herbert?
They have well, for me personally, I played Justin Herbert in college, so like I played him in Oregon. I know how I feel like he can be a dual quarterback at times. He can run the ball with his legs, and he's got great accuracy. Like he's a great quarterback. So we got some things set up for him this week. And the running back, we know he's a very strong guy. For one, we want to just work on hamstring tackling, make sure we're getting everybody to the ball, and just making sure we're studying them and making sure we coming prepared and just ready for them this come Sunday.
How's he changed from when you see him when he was in Oregon to where he is right now?
He's changed a lot. I feel like now he's starting to read defenses better. His accuracy has improved over college, and like overall he's just become a better player. I said last year he won Rookie of the Year, so that really can say it all by itself. So he's just continuing to improve. So I think we know what to expect. We know what he's coming to do. So we just got to make sure we just do what we have game plan and just execute it at 100%.
How do you manage your expectations? Because you're probably going to have some ups and downs on your playing this much. Do you go into games knowing that, and do you have to be patient with yourself in a lot?
Yes, I do. I think the Raiders game really proved it all. I feel like that Raiders game, when I had like probably one missed assignment, and it got to me for the rest of the game. Like every little play, I feel like I was messing up little tweaks, like taking a little step I shouldn't have. So now going into this last game, I feel like if I mess up, just go to the next play. Like now I just have to just teach myself all over again. Just it's always the next play. Like you cannot do anything about the past. Like if you mess up, you cannot do anything about it. Now it's just all about just making up for it and just continue just to execute the rest of the plays that come your way. And that's what I'm just trying to work on. Just training my mind just to don't get stuck on one play, don't get stuck on one missed assignment, one missed tackle, and just continue just to grow from that. If I know I missed a play or I missed assignment, whatever I did wrong, I know not to do that the next time.
Nick mentioned Sean's importance to the special team unit the other day. Obviously, that's a guy you came in with. What is it about him that makes him such a valuable special teams contributor? And how's your relationship going with him?
With him is great. Like me and him came in together, so we always like rooting for each other. But I think one thing about him is his mindset. Like he's embraced his role. He knows his role as special teams for right now. He's embraced that, and every time he come in, he's going 100%. And he's going to talk noise at practice, and he's going to be himself. In other words, like he's going to make sure he's competitive, even that's on the field and film room. Like at practice, he's always talking. It's like he's going to be himself, and that's really like it's a big thing for the special teams unit as a whole too. Because he brings that energy, and he like I said, he's embraced that role. And like each week he's come, and he's been showing up so far. So he's just continuing to get better, and like he's just been like I said, a big role on the special teams.
How did Nick tell you that you were getting it? What was that moment like?
That moment was big. I've been putting a lot of work in, and a lot of people they're on the outside, they don't see the work that you put in, but to finally get some stats in the stat sheet, like JG said, I know I've been doing my job, what they're asking me to do in defense, but to finally just get it on paper that he got a sack and a couple TFLs and things like that. It was a big moment. Yeah, it definitely get frustrating, but that's about the game of football. It's a team game, so if you keep doing your job consistently and make sure that you handling what you're supposed to be doing, it's eventually gonna come to you. And then like I tell everybody, my main thing when I get on the field is make sure I'm doing my job. And if all 11 have that mindset of doing their job, we won't get scored on. So that's how I look at it.
There were a lot of rumors that were circling around, especially yesterday, about Fletcher potentially being dealt. Now that we know for sure that he's going to stay on the team, how does it feel for you guys, especially as a younger player?
No, I'm glad Fletcher's still here. He's a great player and a good player to learn from. So he's been big for me as far in my career. Him, BG, Grave, and all the other D linemen that we got, they've been helping me a lot. So I learned a lot from him, and I'm glad he's still here.
What's the biggest difference between you now and week one?
now I learned a lot more. I'm more confident in my abilities, and just watching tape and things like that. You just build that confidence every day going out on the practice field and things like that, and with the coaching and things like that.
So that confidence is that a result of experience in the scheme, or is it a result of your performance out there?
No, it's just consistently doing, like I said, just doing your job, going out on the practice field, doing my job, but having the coaches there to critique if I did my job, but how could I do my job a little bit better? So things like that help me gain that confidence to go out and play like I did.
First sack.
Man, a lot of people ask me that question, and I really don't have words to explain it. I just felt like I was on top of the world, but it was the first one, and we got a lot more to go.
If you had to pick one area where you want to improve, what would you say?
Just being more consistent as a pass rusher. I think I'm pretty good as far as in the run game, coming off, striking my guy, make sure I'm standing in my gap, but just want to be a more consistent, polished pass rusher.
Does that mean working on different moves or perfecting the moves you have?
Perfecting, you don't want to have too much on your mind. You need to have one or two moves and a counter, and that's it. Because if you go out there with too much, then you'll be out there and you'll not know what to do and be inconsistent. So keep the menu short and perfect the things that you got on your menu. We was just talking about that. I said I don't got a sack celebration yet, but we'll figure out one when they keep coming. So that'll be good.
Just curious, after the game you had on Sunday, who was the first person outside the team that you talked to about it, and what was their reaction?
Man, there was a lot of people texting me. I probably would say my mom, my dad called them, and they were so excited. And she told me my dad was running around the house, watching the game and things like that. But he tried to get on the phone and act all cool. But so that was a good moment just to see. They know the things I've been through, and to finally, get that recognition and put the work in, and it just felt good for me and my family.
So when you say things you've been through, what are you referring to?
Huh?
When you say things you've been through, what specifically?
Just playing this game. Been playing this game for a long time, and it ain't always been perfect. In college, I didn't play my first 2 years, and just consistently just putting in the work behind the scenes and making sure that I'm handling what I'm supposed to be handling. And when I get my opportunities, try to make sure I'm taking advantage of those opportunities.
So that's something you thought about after the game?
Definitely. I came a long way.
Why did you play
No, I didn't play year one because now that I look back, I wasn't ready. But year two, I can't say nothing about that. That wasn't my choice. But
for